I always try to bring the concerns of my constituents into my contributions where possible, Chair, because that for me is the most fundamental purpose of why we're actually here, is to represent our constituents. And so the week before last I received an email from a lady in County Wexford which is relevant to the topic of insurance reform. So I'm just going to read it if that's all right, Chair. I'm writing to you in relation to the Alliance for Insurance Reform. Ireland has an incredibly skilled circus industry featuring world-renowned performers and coaches. Despite our industry being small in numbers, we are highly committed to our safety standards and have been updating our knowledge and protocols continuously over the years. In recent months, our insurer informed us that the underwriters are no longer able to cover aerial dance and have removed aerial dance from their list of approved activities. I am now in a situation where I have put massive time and financial pressure on getting myself through the intensive training to qualify as a coach and a performer, to be faced with an insurance crisis placing significant threat on the future of myself as a performer and coach, the futures of my coaches and fellow instructors, and the future of the overall circus arts industry here in Ireland. Unfortunately, government can and must get liability insurance premiums down to affordable levels with reforms that keep them that way. Recent research by the Alliance of Insurance Reform shows that 42% of organisations say that insurance premiums are threatening their future. While recent reforms, such as the judicial guidelines, are welcome and having had an impact on motor premiums, they are clearly not having an impact on the liability premiums paid by businesses, voluntary and community groups, sports and cultural organisations and charities. There is just one industry facing serious problems. This is just one industry facing serious problems when it comes to insurance. There are many other people based in other industries who could tell very similar tales of insurance rates becoming unaffordable and businesses subsequently in jeopardy. It has happened in the childcare sector. It is happening on an almost daily basis to community groups trying to run fundraisers which were run perfectly safely for years. I wish also to draw the attention to the views of the Alliance for Insurance Reform, who are doing some sterling work in pursuit of improvements. They highlight that the current personal injury system via PIAB delivers damages well in excess of European norms to plaintiffs, in a manner that is quick and low cost. When claims on minor injuries go to litigation, only lawyers benefit. Equally, insurers cannot continue to delay delivering reduced premiums, otherwise all the benefits of the reforms currently being processed and recent High Court decisions flow directly into their back pockets as additional profits. We expect substantial reductions to the cost of liability cover and further proportionate reductions to motor insurance costs immediately. All of this seems to link back to the decisions by the judiciary. Now, I know we must be very careful here in the House when it comes to the separation of powers, but if we have a legal system which rewards exorbitant payouts for minor injuries, or even if there is a threat of such payouts being awarded, the inevitable consequences for this are that premiums will increase and remain high. Any actions that can be taken by the Oireachtas which do not infringe on the separation of powers must be considered, Minister, to help so many struggling industries find insurance cover. Thank you, Chair.